Welcome back, everyone, to more Gran Turismo 4. It has been a minute since I have played this. Alright, so we're going to do that Subaru Championship. That's right. It's been a couple weeks because of the darn air conditioner being kind of busted, but temperatures are cooling down now. I can start recording this in the mornings. This will be good. It's a championship run. Crap. I was kind of not wanting to do a championship run. Oh, these are all fun tracks. So this won't take long. Except Tsukuba. Tsukuba's bullcrap, but other than that, we're good. And the nice thing is, all I gotta do is just turn off my idiot lights on the car, and this thing's ready to roll. So yeah, winning this thing, stupendous. I mean, you just get a darn rally car right out the gate. You got freaking racing slicks. Driving these. Turn off the garbage. So yeah, we won't do a driving mission this time because it's going to take a whole video. But we'll check downforce, make sure it's maxed out. It is. Ooh, this doesn't get a lot of downforce, which makes sense. It's a rally car, doesn't need it. But some downforce is better than no downforce, and that's all we need. Ooh, I know one thing I want to check. Where's the thing in the transmission? Does the that's active yaw control. I don't need that. Only Evos have that. What's this down to 20%? I like having some pull in the front in a four-wheel drive car. Like an even 50-50 is not good. It is not good because I like some pull. A little bit of power in the front is good. It's actually really good. But having all that pull, no, it's trash. Okay, good. Gosh, 5 laps for this garbage track. All right. Well, I haven't played this in a couple weeks. Let's see how terrible I'm going to be. So you have a little bit of power in the front, it helps pull the front wheels around. And I've got racing brakes. I got freaking rally brakes is what I got, man. You can't beat them. They're the best brakes you can put on the car. Yeah, this thing's just going to outdrive everything in this series, like, really, really badly. It's okay, it's four-wheel drive. Bye-bye, baby! Ooh, he's hanging with me. Look at him now. Look at him now. You overdrove it, son. I don't even have max grip yet in these tires. Now the front wheels should wear out the fastest on this thing. So here's a fun thing I watched the other day I found on YouTube. There's an old video from like early 2000s, maybe late 90s, where they were having like the top sports cars in Japan on this track having a race. And it was 2 RX-7s. I want to say there was 2 of them. But there was a Toyota Supra, 2 RX-7s, Infinity 3, and like an FD. So nothing crazy. Well, the Infinity 3 is actually like the crazy RX-7. I'm trying to think what else was on there, but you know, the other cars they had. But guess which car won that race? And not handedly, but flat. Oh, NSX was out there. A couple of NSXs, Honda NSX. There was 2 of those. There was a Supra, 2 RX-7s, and there was something else out there. But yeah, it came down to the Mazda RX-7 Infinity 3 and the Honda NSX. They were the ones in the lead. They were battling for the lead of the race. The Mazda RX-7 won. So if anybody ever wants to look at you and say, Mac, my rotary engines are terrible, but comparing an RX-7 with the rest of Japan's best sports cars at the time, it's the best. Now, it didn't handedly thrash the RX-7, but it beat it, and that's all that matters. But yeah, but basically the RX-7 and the Infinity 3 just completely destroyed everybody else. Like the other RX-7, I think, was in the back with the base model NSX and the Supra. Because, like I've always said, the Toyota Supra is a pile of crap. It is a terrible, terrible sports car. I mean, I dare even call it a sports car. It is just, it's horrendous. It handles so bad. And it's not got a lot of power. And the reason why people even go, the Supra is so good, is because they watch Fast and Furious and think they know everything about cars after watching a garbage freaking movie that somehow got 8 sequels. And it's so dumb. And they use CG car chases. No. If you can't do practical car chases in a car chase movie, you're done. I'm sorry. No. Now, the first movie used a lot of practical car chases. I'll give it that. But they were not very good. And a lot of them didn't make any sense. A lot of them were really stupid. And we're like, I mean, it leaves you scratching your head going, what? Like, literally, that's that whole movie. I was confused through the whole thing. I didn't really understand what I was watching. You know, you watch something like Cannonball Run, you understand it. Even though it's silly and stupid, you understand it. You watch Smokey and the Bandit, you understand it. You watch the car chase at the end of Blues Brothers. It's silly and stupid, but you understand it. I didn't understand anything that was going on in Fast and Furious. And I refuse to watch any of the other ones because they're just trash. Every movie in that series is trash. Then when Paul Walker died, you know, that's a tragedy. I don't condone, that's a good. I'm not saying that. But when he died, everyone was like, oh my God, Paul Walker died. And I was like, who? I literally had to ask, who was that? And they said, Stars and Flash Furious people. I said, no. That's, no. I was like, don't tell me that, you know, that's gonna, it didn't even kill the franchise. Like, it didn't let it die. You know, he was the hero in those movies, and it just wouldn't let it die. Out of the way, idiots! This is my track. Get a little drift going. A little drift ain't gonna hurt nothing. Swinging that rear around. See if we can hit 140? No. this car is good. Like, I'm not going to take anything from super impressive. It is a really good rally car. I mean, this and the Evo, Mitsubishi Evo, just dominated WRC for years and years. Good old air, it's fine. You know, I kind of like those two antennae on the side of the screen like that. It makes me feel like it's the A-pillars that are actually sitting in the car. But this roof cam is actually really nice on this thing. Man, this is messed up. I finally get to the track. I really like that. I only did 3 laps with it. Ridiculous. Why do you give me the best track of the game and you're not even working a freaking drive around it? Now, Sakuma, you gotta do 5 laps. Well, you know, no G track like this. Nah, 3 laps. That's all you get. Ready to want to lap the field game? This is not good. Hang on to her. Hang on to her! Okay, we're good. I crashed. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I crashed. You know, we just keep this car fit and all that. It's crazy. Smack into the mountain. So makes the final lap. Let's just go for broke. Ah! Yeah, I messed that up. Bye. Well, this will be a garbage lap. Messed up the whole freaking exit of that car. I don't know. I just had no grip in the front that time. It was weird. Well, we got a good run down this hill this time. Let's go. Good boy. Good boy, Speed. You came up here just in time to give me a good luck charm. Oh, I just fully uploaded my last LP there, so that's good. I can start uploading the next one. Just remember that this morning I uploaded the last 3 videos of that, and I'm like, hey, we're done. Moving on. I thought that every track in this circuit was good, and then I run into this one. Let's watch. 10 laps around Suzuka! Oh, they're going to maybe do 2, okay? I can handle 2. God, the launch on this car. I'm just trying to get a little draft. Oh, yeah. Tire's a little cold, a little slippery. And we might as well just call it a week. Why could it be Suzuka Short? Suzuka Short's actually really fun. Short side of this track. Not back here, just back part where the F1 circuit is. Oh! Oh yeah, I about lost it there. think Jarrett Labonte's stock car racing was one of those games that I had to pull out of the dustbin or the dusty drawer and do that one, because that's the first time I actually got to where I could actually win at this track. And while that is a driving simulator, it's not the most, it's not the best driving simulator, but as far as like damage modeling on cars is concerned, oh, I play it like it's a demolition derby game, because I just love seeing all the damage on the cars. It is so freaking cool. The day and night cycles, the weather, the sound effects, I mean, everything in that game is really good. Like, Codemasters, I still say they are the kings of making really, really good, fun, entertaining racing games. They are the kings of it. And one of these days I'm going to bust out Grid and do that one too, which was the sequel to Pro Race Driver, and it wasn't full of balls and the cheating AI. It actually has a really good AI in that one. I may try to come back to Pro Race Driver one of these days, but right now I can't even look at that game. I can't. I know I didn't finish it, and I hate when I can't finish an LP, but that game just defeated me. I was just like, no, I can't do this. This is stupid. This game is dumb. Like, who designed this crap? Like, and the thing is, it makes me so mad is that the driving in the game is so good. Especially the stock car racing. Oh my gosh, the NASCAR racing in that game is so good. But the AI is so stupid in that game. And also, well, I mean, it is a really good NASCAR simulator. I'll give it that. Because those NASCARs do handle like NASCARs. Because I've played a NASCAR simulator, like the NASCAR racing simulators. Not that were made by Papyrus back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And those are some good freaking games. And I used to play that online with some guys, and I got good at it, and I could actually win races against them. Now, we weren't pros, and we actually did have a guy who went amateur online racing that came over and started racing with us, and I mean, he was thrashing us at that game. But there were a couple races that I could hang with him, and whenever we would do a road course, I was with him on that. Like, I was our road course ace. Because I begged, they refused to do road course racing, and I begged them one night. I said, come on guys, I said, if we're going to race one extra race tonight, I said, can we just do a road course? I was like, come on. And so they're like, fine. So they just picked a random road course. It wasn't Watkins Glen, it wasn't Sears Point or Infineon, whatever you want to call it, whatever they're calling it these days. And so they picked some weird, obscure track, and I had to relearn how I learned a road course, which is I memorized each turn, and I memorized the speed that I can go to that turn at. Like, this is the speed I can go through this corner at. I need to be at the speed when I enter it. And so I started doing that, and I drove the track slow for a while, and then I started going, okay, how fast can I go around this corner? And if I overshot a corner, I go, oh, or I started looking like I let off. I go, okay, that's as fast as I go around this corner. And I did that on every turn. And then they started noticing by the end of the hour-long practice that we ran, just so everybody got enough time to run some laps and tune their cars. We didn't do any tuned cars, we were doing late models. By the end of it, they were seeing what kind of lap times I was throwing in. And they were like, all right, Spetz turned on the hacks. And I was like, no, I didn't. I was like, I'm just learning the track. And I mean, we did a qualifying lap, and somebody spun out, and they said, you want to redo qualifying? I said, I don't care. I was like, let's do it. And the qualifying time that I threw down on the qualifier lap after the first one I got the pole was like 3 or 4 seconds faster. Because I was like, I'm going to hit all my marks, I'm going to hit all of the corners perfect, and I did, and it was a perfect lap time. I don't even think during a race I did a lap faster than that. It was just like the perfect lap. It was insane. Like, if you were going fast enough down the front stretch, I remember there was like a dip into like a little hump in it, and if you were going fast enough, you would literally catch air. It was just crazy fast on that track. But I had everybody so scared of me on that track. I don't know why. I wasn't wrecking nobody. I drove really clean. But I came up on the one that we were racing with, and I was just going to follow behind her and help her and get on the mic and just say, hey, okay, here's how you need to enter this corner, you know. And I was just following her down the front stretch, but she went down to the inside to block the inside. And I was looking at her like, okay, she's going to block me, so I was just going to take my time, get around her. I wasn't going to, because I was already like lapping the field. I practically almost lapped the field. That's how fast I was going. And I was watching her. We went in turn one was a hard break into a right-hander, you know, like a 90-degree right turn. It wasn't like a hard right, but it had some banking on everything. And she didn't brake. Like, I hit my mark and I started braking, and she didn't brake, and she just sailed right off into this big grassy runoff, and I started laughing. I said, what were you doing? And she said, I was busy watching you in my mirror. I wasn't watching ahead of me. I said, I wasn't even going to try to pass. I was like, I was just going to wait. I was like, you're blocking the inside. I couldn't pass. So everybody was just dying laughing. Even she was laughing, but they knew if I got on a road, because the one track that we ran that was basically I treated it like a road course was Martinsville, and I was tearing their butts up at it because I'm really good about it. I mean, it's just, I mean, you can see me on here. It's like, you know, doing downshift braking or shift braking, which is, you know, you let the RPMs of the engine help stop the car. So I'm really good at that, and I don't think they were. And so I drove Martinsville like it was a road course, and I was downshifting in the corners. Oh, I lost it here. Okay, we're good. Didn't hit nothing. And it worked. I was like, I'm just going to drive this like a road course. It's basically a road course. There's not really any banking in the corners. There's a slight banking, but it's not much. And so I was just out-braking everyone into the corners. And I got hit with some bogus penalty. I swear sometimes I think those guys was throwing penalties at me. Because there was somebody that somebody who controlled the race, and I swear they were hitting random penalties. And because I would know, because they were like, oh, you're too fast entering pit road. And I'm like, what? I was like, we're under caution. They're like, that's the thing. I was like, oh, whatever. So they hit me with one at the end of the race. And I was back in like third. And they knew I was pissed because I was very vocally angry at the game. I'm like, there's no freaking way. I was like, I'm watching my speedometer. I'm not speeding. And they're like, I just gotta go back. And so I had to go back to the end of the line on a restart. And there wasn't many laps left, and I was dominating this race. I was so mad. So it restarted, and I didn't cause a wreck, but I passed, like, I think 2 cars. Because there's only like 5 or 6 of us running the races. There wasn't very many that night. Or there was left in the race. And so I get going again. Oop, I crashed. And I'm talking while I'm driving. And, you know, like I said, I passed 2 or 3 cars. I was in about third. I was thinking 4th or 3rd. And I was like, God dang it. And there was no laps. There was no laps left in the race. So I was like, if I'm going to win this, I'm using the bumper. I should be the one winning this race. I'm going to win this race. That restart hit, and I remember it was the lady that I was just talking about. She was in front of me, and I moved her out of the way pretty aggressively. She did spin out, but I knocked her out of the way. And I'm not going to say I'm proud of that moment. I'm not. But then there was 2 more ahead of me. I get to the next corner, and I outbrake everybody into the corners. This is what I did during those races. I outbraked you. There was no question about it. I could outbrake you. And I got to that next corner, and I got in there, and I put the nose in there, and I took the position. I bumped the dude out of the way. And then I went after the leader in the next lap, and I caught him. And I think he just kind of let me go. He's like, I think I just need to get 2nd place. He's mad. Like, just let him go. I'll take 2nd. It's fine. Because I won that race. I was not happy afterwards either. Like, even after the race, I was like, this is some bull crap. I was like, I'm tired of getting these penalties for no reason. I was like, I'm tired of it. There's no way I was speeding at any point. Alright, we're on the last race here. With some slight nudging. Well, you get a bump draft. Another clean pass. Screw it, man. Let's jump down the hill. I'm in a rally car. One thing I like about this car, though, it does roll through the corners really well. Look at this. Not on the gas, just all the grip. It rolls so good. Yeah, I gotta go get a first part I gotta buy for my little Mazda that I own. Not the truck, truck's fine. But the sun visor on my little Mazda 3 that I own actually broke. Nothing I did to it, it just wore out and broke. So I'm off to the junkyard today to go get a new one. Or another one, not a new one, but another one. I'll use a screwdriver, and I am set. I was going to make sure I got them off when I leave. Do some running around today, too. And I'm distracted. I'm talking again. There's the tires. Might be a rally car, but I sure as heck don't have dirt tires on. Alright, go straighten up. Let's make this last lap fast, because the sooner we get done, the sooner we can get going. Get my run. It does have a lot of understeer on it, still. Fast lap, let's do it. That was still my fastest lap? What? Get out of your game. You're drunk. That lap was awful. I think that was very good right there, but we'll take it. I mean, I didn't really even touch the grass on that one. I just jumped down the hill. Oh yeah, cut 5 seconds off that time. When I actually focus, look what I can do. I wouldn't mind driving that car around Laguna Seca during that endurance race. Give me my money. Nice. That put a good chunk of change in my pocket. And what do we get? A new car! Some Subaru I'm never going to drive. Watch it be a legacy wagon. I would actually be okay with that. I love the legacy wagons. Ooh, a touring car. Oh, okay, that's something we might drive. That is something we might actually use. Holy crap, guys. Let's go check that thing out. Hopefully it's got more than 300 horsepower. Whew. Come on, give me the... I want to go home. I want to go home. What's the matter? Girl, you're home? Answer me! Too much fun. 421. All right. That is definitely better. Okay, so we need to find a rain car. What would be good on that rain track? He said four-wheel drive. I'm thinking that. No, I need something with... Where's my Nismo? That's my rain car. There it is. Yeah, this is my rain car. Actually, no, we'll use that touring car. Yeah, let's get into the touring car. We're going to do the rain race next. I think that's what's coming up. So, yeah, let's go put those economy tires on it. Get the oil change, and we're ready to go for the next one. I'm glad to be back recording this game, because this game is too goddamn good. Alright, let's take it back to the dealership. Well, no, first, GT Auto, get the free horsepower upgrade. No, it's not free, but the $50 5 horsepower upgrade. Would you hurry up, man? He'll come up the back because he's an idiot. What are you doing back there? This isn't a Volkswagen Beetle. Engines in the front. You boob. What kind of wheels we got on this thing? Wait, can I not put standard tires on this thing? I would be visibly upset if I can't. Oh, I can. Even cars with high maneuverability, there's certain places where you drive at a high pace through winding sections. I think these are the ones. Grips reduced, super learning system. I think the comfort was the one. Yeah, let's put the comfort tire on. Yeah, these are the rain tires. You wouldn't think it, but they are. Alright, let's see. So we'll give our new car a spin. And that is what's next, right? Scuba, rain? No, but it is coming up, so, I mean, we could go ahead and do it. We already got a garage, so why not? Alright, guys, that's going to be all for today. Appreciate everybody tuning in again. Catch me on the next one. And we'll go and race around a rain track. A proper car, finally. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have I not won an Eva?